member institutions believe good sportsmanship is an integral part of competition. In order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, honesty, and responsibility before, during, and after all athletic contests. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize outstanding performance of opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trustmark Arena for tonight's contest between the Christian Brothers Buccaneers and your University of Montevallo Falcons. At this time, we ask that you please join us as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's starters, beginning with the visiting Buccaneers. Number 2, Michaela Blissett. Number 11, Kenzie Jones. Number 12, Emily Reeves. Number 13, Rafaela Angelidou.
Hello and welcome into Trustmark Arena. I'm Wyatt Hall, bringing you today's coverage between the Montevallo Falcons and the Christian Brothers University Buccaneers as we get set for this Gulf South Conference matchup.
And now let's meet tonight's starters for your Montevallo Falcons.
This is the 8th meeting all time between these programs, and Montevallo holds the advantage over Christian Brothers 5-2, but the only victories that Christian Brothers has gotten in this series have come at home against the Falcons. And let's take a look at our starting lineup. First for the visiting Buccaneers.
A freshman guard from
starting in the backcourt, Michaela Blissett, Kenzie Jones, Emily Reeves, Rafaela Angelidou, and Bryn Light. Christian Brothers is coached by Sarah Condra. And for the home Falcons, Paige Ward, Nautica Philpott, Kaya Sane, and Cassidy Bonebreak are the 4 guards in the starting lineup. And Courtney Smith is a lone forward, starting for Coach Gary Van Atta. In his 8th total year in Montevallo, his second in his second tenure, Coach Van Atta is the winningest coach in Montevallo history, as he was here in the late 80s, early 90s. Montevallo comes into this game just 2-15 on the season, while the Buccaneers are 6-9 and are tied for 4th in the Gulf South Conference right now. And leading the way for the Buccaneers has been Rafaela Angelidou, averaging 10.6 points a game, and Jamaica Marine, who comes off the bench for Montevallo, is averaging 9.7 per game. No Demaya Foster in the starting lineup, the senior leader, averaging 9.6 for Montevallo, and we should see Deasia Marsh come off the bench and have a huge impact as she had a career day, scoring 24 points against Delta State on their 2-game road trip in Mississippi. Christian Brothers wins the tip. Number 2, Michaela Blissett, hands it off to number 11, who fires the 3. It was Kenzie Jones missing that one. Ward gets the rebound. Philpott back over to Courtney Smith, getting the start today over Alba Perez. Down low to Smith, and she travels, something we've seen quite often this season. And Jones will take it the other way for the Buccaneers here and give it off to Blissett. Great cut there by Michaela Blissett, and she goes around Courtney Smith and just bobbles out. But 1-on-4 there, and Jones gets the offensive rebound. And 3-pointer no good by Bryn Little. Philpott, deep 3, in and out. Kaya Sane, the leading rebounder from Montevallo, came crashing but could not come up with the ball. And that 3 is drained by number 13, Rafaela Angelidou. Both teams shooting from beyond the arc here early, not shy in that regard. Kaya Sane over to Bone Break, who can shoot the 3 as well. Sane out to Philpott. 8 on the shot clock. Sane fires it up. No good. Rebound to Little. Jones driving in, kicks back out. And a high arcing layup, no good. Rebound to Sane. Ward will try a 3 of her own. Rebound to Christian Brothers. And an errant pass there by Emily Reeves. Turns it over and will give Montevallo the basketball here. 7:44 left to play here in the first quarter. And Christian Brothers lead 3-0. Screen set by Smith. Philpott dribbles in. Jumper at the free throw line, no good. And another rebound for the Buccaneers. And Philpott tried to make a fantastic play, but it fell in the hands of Blissett, who turned it into 2 points. We've played almost 3 minutes here. Montevallo's yet to put any points on the board. Philpott driving baseline. Jumper is good. Nautica Philpott gets the first points of the day for the Falcons. Philpott is averaging 7.6 points per game. Angelidou's 3 is off. Offensive rebound to Little, but they're going to call a foul. On Paige Ward.
Foul on Montevallo, number 4, Paige Ward.
And the shot was good, so number 11, Kenzie Jones, will go to the line with a chance to complete the and one. Kenzie Jones is the leading assist leader for Christian Brothers with 3 assists per game, as there's a battle for the rebound And Blissett comes up with it. The Buccaneers will reset as Angelidou kicking out to Blissett. And a travel is called against Angelidou. Lucky for the Falcons there was a huge size mismatch as Nautica Philpott was guarding the 6-foot senior out of Greece. Seven to 2 here in Trustmark Arena, approaching 6 minutes to go here in the first.
Move, go.
Courtney Smith pass is taken away by Jones. And an offensive foul is going to be called against the Buccaneers. It's against, or excuse me, a turnover. As Michaela Blissett kind of threw it out of bounds. Bone break for 3. No good, and the Buccaneers get the rebound. It's Kenzie Jones again. Blissett inside is fouled. A great pass there by Angelidou to set up the play, and so Blissett will go to the line for 2 shots.
Foul on Montevallo, number 21, Cassidy.
It's Cassidy Bonebreak who committed the foul there. Some substitutes getting set to check in for Coach Vanetta. Jamaica Marine and Cheyenne Cunningham.
And for the Falcons, number 3, Jamaica Marine.
And they will give Paige Ward, Nautica Philpott a breather here. Blissett missed the first. She'll have another chance here and makes that one.
And for the Buccaneers, number 1, Courtney Banks.
Courtney Banks checks in for the Bucks. Marine over to Bonebreak. Out to Sane, who will try a 3. No good. And again, Christian Brothers out in transition very quickly. And Blissett goes through a lot of contact there and banks it home. It's an 8-point lead for the Buccaneers here as we approach the halfway mark in the first quarter. Cunningham out to Maureen, who will fire a 3 of her own and buries it.
Jamaica Maureen.
And Jamaica Maureen has been huge off the bench for Montevallo this season, averaging 9.7 points to lead the Falcons and just 16 minutes per game. And with that turnover committed by the Bucks, we'll have our first media timeout with 4:46 to go in the game. Christian Brothers leading 10-5. We'll be right back. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You. Hello and welcome back in the Trustmark Arena as Montevallo is taking on Christian Brothers here. Cheyenne Cunningham will bring it forward for the Falcons. The Bucks lead 10-5 as Cunningham's 3 misses. Alba Perez, who's checked in, comes soaring in for the rebound and causes the jump ball, and Montevallo will keep possession. And some other substitutions for Montevallo out of the media timeout. Demaya Foster has checked in as well. And she commits the travel. So turnover again by Montevallo. That is only their third turnover of the day. But Montevallo shooting very poorly, especially from beyond the arc. 1 of 5 and then 2 of 8 from the field. That one goes out of bounds off of Kaya Sane, so it'll remain Bucks basketball under their own basket here. Banks drains a 3.
Banks.
The senior from Memphis, Tennessee, the hometown of Christian Brothers University. Foster, kick out to Sane, who will try a 3 of her own, and goes out of bounds. It will be Christian Brothers basketball on a substitution. Kenzie Jones checks in. It's a 13-5 lead for the Bucks as Courtney Banks will bring it across half court. Banks again knocks it down. Courtney Banks. Banks is only shooting 29% from 3 coming into this game, but it's 2 for 2 so far. And so is Jamaica Maureen. If she knocks that one down, it's an 8-point game. Kenzie Jones thought about it. And the 3-pointer by Kelsey Adkins is no good. And it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Montevallo basketball in front of their own bench here. And Cassidy Bonebreak will check in for Kaya Sane. And Bonebreak will inbound to Cheyenne Cunningham. 3 minutes to go here in the first. Foster driving in with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Adkins. Banks again. And airballs this one. Got a little ahead of herself there. Cheyenne Cunningham will shoot a 3. No good. And the rebound goes to Christian Brothers ahead to Blissett, who lays in the easy 2 in transition. And a hand check is going to be called against number 11, Kenzie Jones.
Foul on Christian Brothers number 11, Kenzie Jones. That is her first personal foul.
And that's the first team foul against the Bucks today, and the first personal against Jones. So Montevallo will inbound.
Get her off of her. Beat her, Joe. Beat her, Joe.
Maureen for 3 again. Is good. Jamaica Maureen, 3 of 3 today from downtown. And it's a 7-point game. Atkins for the Jones. In the corner. Banks driving, loses it. And Atkins comes up with it. 8 on the shot clock. And Jones can't get her 3 to go. And Alba Perez finally comes up with the rebound there. 1-on-1. And Foster will pull up and miss that one out of bounds. So it'll be Christian Brothers basketball here. Demaya Foster had an opportunity where she could have taken it to the hole, but decided to pull up the jumper, and it resulted in Christian Brothers basketball. And a loose ball, or a foul away from the ball. It's going to be against number 13, Rafaela Angelito.
Paige Ward.
Both teams with 2 fouls here.
4, let's go 4.
Ward will bring it forward for Montevallo after checking back in. Perez on the baseline. Back out to Cunningham.
Move it, go.
Inside to Perez. Nice move on the baseline and gets the layup. It's a 5-point game. And that shot no good by Little. Wild shot there. 40 seconds to go in the first.
Still open.
Bone break. Bounce pass to Ward, who'll try a 3. No good. Shot clock turned off. Kenji Jones will bring it forward. Tried the no-look pass, but Ward took it away. And Ward takes it all the way to the hole, and making it a 1-possession game with 10 seconds to go. And Christian Brothers will likely hold for the final shot of the first. It's Courtney Banks. 3, 2, 1, and her layup is good. She had an easy lane to the basket, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play between Montevallo and Christian Brothers.
Welcome to the floor.
The visiting Bucks lead 20-15. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena for quarter number 2. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You. It's so hard to read their numbers.
Yeah,
Let's go Falcons! Let's go Falcons! Let's go Falcons! Let's go Falcons!
Hello and welcome back in to Trustmark Arena. As we start the second quarter, it'll be Christian Brothers basketball here. And some quick updates. Jamaica Maureen has 9 points to lead the Falcons and lead all scorers here, as Angelidou turns an offensive rebound into 2 points.
Rafaela Angelidou.
Christian Brothers is out rebounding Montevallo 16-8. And it's a big reason why they had the lead 22-15. And a foul as Sane was driving baseline. It's going to be against number 20, Kelsey Adkins.
Foul on Christian Brothers, number 20, Kelsey Atkins. In for the Buccaneers, number 2, Michaela Blissett.
Philpott rings it to the top of the key. Over to Ward. Philpott for 3. No good. Ward in there for the rebound, but Blissett comes up with it for the Bucks. Angelidou guarded heavily by Courtney Smith. Enoch's in the corner. Over to Blissett. Gets it to go. Montevallo, great defense there, but Christian Brothers worked the ball around and found a way to break it and get 2 points. 24-15 the lead for the Buccaneers.
Move, let's go. Post up, Courtney.
Inside to Courtney Smith, working against Angelidou, and gets it to go. Fantastic move in the post by Courtney Smith. Enox for three, high arcing three, no good, in the hands of Philpott.
Oh, don't say that.
And Philpott and the foul. Banks it in. Great job by Nautica Philpott to draw the contact, and she'll go to the line to complete the and one play.
That is her first personal foul, second team foul.
And Jamaica Marine comes back in. As Nautica Philpott hits the free throw, it's a 4-point game. Montevallo hanging with the Buccaneers now after struggling very early. Nautica Philpott with the steal and behind the back pass, but a little too fancy as Montevallo turns it over. And Nautica Philpott has been quite a force stealing the ball. She leads Montevallo in steals with 1.9, 8th in the Gulf South Conference. And Montevallo is a team that is 4th in the Gulf South Conference with steals with 9.4 a game, and they force 18.7 turnovers a game as well. 6-point lead for the Buccaneers. And a foul away from the ball. It's going to be against Angelidou again. It's the second time they've called that against her today. Once on the defensive end and once on the offensive end. So with 2 fouls, she'll have to take a break. And a great inbound play as Courtney Smith lays it in. Montevallo hanging with the Buccaneers here, 26-22. Banks. Pass inside to number 55, Shalmisha Barbie, a 6'1" freshman out of Ripley, Tennessee, who has checked in.
Foul on Montevallo, number 11, Kaya Sane. That is her first.
And Barbie was fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's Kaya Sane who fouled her. And Barbie misses that one. Substitution for the Buccaneers, number 22, Bryn Little checks in. And we'll give Michaela Enox a break. And Barbie makes a second free throw. 5-point lead for Christian Brothers.
Come on, Cornette's not open. Go move. Move it.
Paige Ward back over to Marine to Courtney Smith. 8 on the shot clock. Philpott in the corner for 3, knocks it down. And it's a 2-point game. It's the closest Montevallo has been since we started. Barbie inside, tough defense by Courtney Smith, but it will remain Christian Brothers basketball. Paige Ward comes up with the steal. Over to Philpott. Great cut by Ward as she lays it in. Fantastic basketball by the Falcons. And since starting out shooting 2 of 8 from the field, Montevallo has figured something out and is moving the ball very well as a team. Tie game at 27. Blissett for 3. Can't knock it down. And Philpott comes up with the rebound.
Go, Joe, nobody's on. Move, let's go.
Over to Kaya Sane in the corner to Courtney Smith. And a foul is called
Joe.
against number 12,
Move, hey, move sideways.
12,
Emily Reeves.
Reeves.
And that was a very close call there. Not a lot of contact, but enough to warrant the foul.
Move sideways, there you go. Move. Don't let her push her out of the way.
So with a fresh shot clock, Jamaica Maureen will hand it off to Demaya Foster. With the game tied at 27, chance for the Falcons to take the lead for the first time. Fantastic screen set by Perez, but Maureen airballs that shot and turns it over. It will be Christian Brothers basketball. Kenzie Jones brings it forward. Barbie inside, off the glass, soft touch. 29-27. Marine driving inside, heavily guarded, kicks out to Foster. Baseline jumper by Perez, no good. And a foul by Nautica Philpott as she got Kenzie Jones there. They're going to actually say it was on Kaya Sane instead. And we'll have a media timeout here with 4:26 to go in the first half. 29-27, Christian Brothers leading. Stay with us here on Montevallo for you. We'll be right back.
As the cheerleaders and dance team have t-shirts to throw away.
You know why that's not working? We probably didn't update the I'm gonna fix it real quick. We didn't change it out beforehand, so I'm just gonna go with the stacker.
Welcome back to Trustmark Arena. Christian Brothers have the 2-point lead here, 29-27. And a long-range jumper from Barbie, no good. Rebound to Cunningham, who has checked back in for the Falcons.
Move it, somebody's open.
Michaela Blissett has 11 points now to lead all scorers in today's game.
Pass, go, move it. One more.
She's shooting 5 of 7 from the floor. 7 on the shot clock. Philpott falls down, keeps her dribble, and then throws it away, but Demaya Foster comes fighting for the ball, and it'll be a they're going to call shot clock violation. No one had possession of the ball to give it a jump ball, so it's a shot clock violation against Montevallo, and it'll be Christian Brothers basketball. But fantastic hustle still by Demaya Foster to try and avoid what seemed to be a wide open layup, lying ahead for Bryn Little. Little inside to Barbie, working against Perez, and they're going to get Perez with the foul. It's going to be on the floor, so the basket will not count. The Buccaneers will inbound under their own basket. It'll be Emily Reeves to inbound. And after some minimal contact, they're going to call Jamaica Maureen with the hand check.
In for the Buccaneers, number 1, Courtney Banks.
Courtney Banks checks back in. And Barbie guilty of the travel there.
That's right. You can't make it up.
So it'll be Montevallo basketball. (29-27) still. The Buccaneers holding on to that 2-point lead. Montevallo has not been able to get the lead in this game, but they were tied at 27 moments ago. And a jump ball. And it'll remain Montevallo basketball. Very close to being a travel, but
In for the Buccaneers, number 20, Kelsey.
Little just got her hand on it to make it a jump ball. Kelsey Atkins checks in for the Buccaneers. And a turnover on the inbound. Courtney Banks comes up with it. Atkins, layup inside is good.
Kelsey Atkins.
It's a 4-point lead. Foster with the left hand off the glass, too strong. And a foul is going to be called against Amaya Foster after she missed the shot. And that's the 5th team foul against Montevallo here in the second quarter. So Little will go to the line to shoot 2. Makes the first.
In for the Falcons, number 4,
Paige Ward and Cassidy Bonebreak check in for Montevallo. 2:22 remaining here in the first half. Off the back iron, rebound to Philpott. Falls down again. Courtney Banks comes up with it. Ahead to Blissett. Fantastic hesitation as she gets out Perez in the air and lays in the layup for 2. And a 5-0 run here, or 7-0 run for the Buccaneers after Montevallo tied it up. Just under 2 minutes to go. Perez over to Marine. 6 on the shot clock. Ward will fire a 3. In and out. Rebound to Perez, who turns it into 2 points. Alba Perez active on the offensive glass, ending the 7-0 run by the Buccaneers. And on Jones's drive, they're going to get Marine with the foul. The 6th team foul.
That is her second personal foul.
So Jones will go to the line to shoot 2 with 1:31 remaining in the half. First free throw is good.
24, Cheyenne Cunningham.
And Jones makes a second and comes up with the steal off the inbound. She caught Nautica Philpott napping there. And then Philpott picks up the foul.
Number 10, Nautica Philpott.
And so Jones will go back to the line to attempt 2 more free throws. And makes the first. That one no good. Rebound to Ward. In the corner to Bonebreak. Cheyenne Cunningham off to Philpott for 3. Buries it. Philpott a couple mistakes on the defensive end, but makes up for it on the offensive end there with a 3-pointer. 37-32 lead for Christian Brothers, and it'll be Montevallo basketball after the errant pass. Just under a minute here. Philpott in the lane, no good. That jumper no good for the Buccaneers. Rebound to Courtney Smith, and there's about a 10-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And they're going to say Nautica Philpott did not get it across half court in time, so a turnover, and it will be Christian Brothers basketball. Atkins brings it out over to Jones, and there's not even a second difference really between the shot clock and game clock here, so this should be the last possession. Banks, long three, no good, and it goes into the hands of the Buccaneers, and Kelsey Atkins puts it up and in.
Kelsey Atkins.
And that'll do it for the first half. Christian Brothers leading 39-32, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the third quarter. Stay with us here on Montevallo for you.
All right, I got like 10 printing, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor, the Montevallo dance team.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor, our 5 participants for tonight's halftime contest of basketball musical chairs. These 5 contestants will walk around the circle of chairs while the music is playing. Then when the music stops, they must run to a basket and make a layup and then come back and find their seat at center court. The last one standing is out. Is everyone ready? All right, DJ, play the first song. Now they gotta go make a layup. Cheer them on. All right, if you've made a basket, find your seat. All right, let's remove a chair and do it again. And then there were 3. And then there were 2. And we have our winner. If we can have our 5 contestants, please come back down to the floor. Each contestant will leave with a gift card from the Main Street Tavern. And we would also like to give our champion a hooded sweatshirt courtesy of Barnes & Noble, the Montevallo bookstore.
Return to the back, get it what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Looking for another way to get it by the minutes that I'm getting on the
Hello and welcome back into Trustmark Arena. This is Montevallo taking on the Christian Brothers Buccaneers here. The Buccaneers are leading 39-32. And 3 seconds call to begin the third quarter against Rafaela Angelidou, who's been fairly quiet today. Just 5 points as she sat on the bench most of the first half with 2 personal fouls. Paige Ward inside. Back out to Philpott. Baseline. Jumper no good. Little for 3. Knocks it down. 10-point game now. The closest Montevallo has been in this one, they were tied with Christian Brothers at 27 after starting off shooting 2 of 8 from the field. And then the Buccaneers went on a 7-0 run late in the second quarter. And Montevallo never could overcome that. Sane through a lot of traffic there. Rebound a little. Bone break comes up with the steal. Courtney Smith, top of the key. In the corner to Philpott. Back to Sane, turnaround jumper, no good, and she fell to the ground there. A lot of contact from Bryn Little, but no call. Little for 3 again. Won't get it to go this time. Kaya Sane gets the rebound. Three ball is buried from Paige Ward. And Michaela Blissett leading all scorers here today with 13 points, is shooting a magnificent 6 of 8 from the field. As Kenzie Jones buries a 3.
Kenzie Jones.
And Christian Brothers were just 3 of 14 in the first half from beyond the arc, but are 2 of 3 to start things off here in the second.
That's all she's going to do right there. Make the pass. Let's go.
Philpott over to Sane in the corner for 3. No good. Little the rebound. Angelidou, handoff to Jones. We'll kick out to Blissett. Back to Angelidou, who runs right into Courtney Smith. And they're going to get Smith with the foul. Be the first team foul. And Angelidou knocks that one down. And coming into this game, Christian Brothers is looking to win their 3rd game in a row after knocking off Valdosta State and West Florida. Christian Brothers had a record 94 points against Valdosta State. That's the most points they have scored in any Gulf South Conference game since moving to the conference. And then last week they knocked off West Florida 59-51. Montevallo is looking to just win their 3rd game of the season. As offensive rebound by Kaya Sane, no good. Courtney Smith hits the bottom of the backboard. And it'll be a jump ball and will remain Montevallo basketball. Sane to inbound. To Smith. Bone break, thought about a three. Will take the jumper instead. And a foul is going to be called on number 12, Emily Reeves, so to remain Montevallo basketball. Philpott in the corner to Cheyenne Cunningham. Kicks out to Ward. Courtney Smith. Marine for three now. No good. Angelito the rebound. Little nearly gets it taken away off the foot of Philpott, and it'll stay Christian Brothers basketball. Alba Perez and Demaya Foster check in.
Hey, White! 5 seconds, let's go, 5 seconds. Defense right here. Shane, you ready to help?
Courtney Banks has checked in for the Buccaneers. 2 on the shot clock. Angelito throws it up, no good. Rebound to Cunningham. And to start things off here in the third quarter, Christian Brothers have gone on an 8-3 run against the Falcons. And they lead 47-35 as we are just under 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Cunningham cross-court pass in the corner to Philpott for three. No good. And in transition, a foul against Nautica Philpott. That'll be her third personal foul. And that'll bring us to the media timeout here in the third quarter with 4:33 to go. We'll be back here in Trustmark Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor of the Montevallo.
Arena as the Montevallo Falcons are taking on the Christian Brothers Buccaneers.
Switch it. Go for it.
Bucks leading 47-35 as Michaela Blissett still leads all scorers with 13. Little will try a three. No good. Cheyenne Cunningham tries to save it, but it was out of bounds first, so to remain Buccaneer basketball with a fresh 30-second shot clock.
Whoa. What's the deal? I can catch him on take 2 steps after I catch it.
Angelito in the corner. Emily Reeves knocks down the three. It's a 15-point lead for the Buccaneers. They are on an 11-3 run against the Falcons here in the third quarter. Montevallo's only scored 3 points in this quarter. It was a Paige Ward three-pointer. Marine driving in, fouled. And it's on number 12, Emily Reeves. Angelita was there as well, but she's lucky the foul isn't on her. That would have been the third for her, but it is Emily Reeves' third as well. And Angelita will take a break. And Shamisha Barbie will check back in. And Marine makes the second free throw. Marine has 10 points today for Montevallo. Banks for three, knocks it down. Courtney Banks is 3 of 6 today from beyond the arc. A 29% free throw three-point shooter on the season is 3 of 6 today. What a day Banks is having. Blissett lays it in off the steal. 55-36. Foster in the corner, driving baseline. Gets it tipped on her shot. And Barbie comes up with the rebound. And a jump ball is called as Cunningham gets her hands on it, but it will remain Buccaneer basketball. And we want to remind you, about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game, the men will face each other around 8 p.m., so we want you to stay tuned for that game. Montevallo is coming off a win against Mississippi College on the road, 64-60. As Shalmisha Barbie lays that one in, the lead is 57-36. I believe this is the largest lead of the day for the Buccaneers. Perez, pass inside. Philpott loses it, but a foul is called. And it's Courtney Banks who's called for the foul. Paige Ward will get set to check back in for Montevallo. And she comes in for Kaya Sane. And that one is good by Philpott. It is a 20-point lead for the Buccaneers. Christian Brothers is a team that averages 61.5 per game, is close to that already, and we still have a whole quarter left to play. Foster comes up with the steal. Kick out to Ward for three. No good. Rebound to Jones. And she loses it out of bounds, so it'll remain Montevallo basketball with 1:24 left to go here in the third quarter. Philpott knocks it down. 17-point game. Philpott has 14 now. Leads all Falcons. Great bounce pass by Courtney Banks as Kelsey Atkins lays it in. And the Christian Brothers offense is flowing quite smoothly here in the third quarter. Foster jumper hits the front of the rim. Alba Perez offensive rebound and throws it up quickly and lays it in. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Banks misses that three. Philpott ahead to Foster, 17 to go in the third. Misses that layup, rebound a little. A lot of contact there as Foster falls to the ground. Jones in transition, no good. Barbie the rebound, and she gets called for the traveling violation. 5.9 seconds to go in the third. Montevallo will seem to get the final possession. Cassidy Bonebreak, Courtney Smith will check in. So the Falcons have a chance to score another bucket before the third quarter ends. And Marine just sort of runs into Barbie there and loses the ball out of bounds. So with 0.8 on the shot clock, or on the game clock, Philpott will inbound. And Marine makes it at the buzzer. Wow, what a play. Loses it out of bounds and then off the inbound, catches it and shoots at the buzzer. 59-44. Maybe that'll give the Falcons some momentum here heading into the fourth quarter. When we come back, we'll have 10 more minutes left to play here in Trustmark Arena as the Buccaneers lead 59-44. Need the rest of my hot dog.
So is it always just one person? Do y'all have color as well?
Jax is proud to be able to sponsor a Southern tradition, the University of Montevallo Falcons. Jax, it's all about the South. The University of Montevallo would like to thank its global partners, Booster Digital Display, BSN Sports, Clear's Sign and Banner Shop, Candlewood Sweets and Alabaster, Coca-Cola, College Cable Services, Dick's Sporting Goods, Folding Barbecue, Hinkle Roofing, Hollywood Inn Express and Alabaster, Huddle House, Jax, Remac Health, Blue Street Cadillac, Pick and Save, Renaissance Bank, Shelby County.
For Christian Brothers. And she'll take a three off the back iron, rebound to Ward. Philpott for three, in and out. And goes off of Courtney Smith, out of bounds. 59-46 the score here. Banks, bounce pass again to cutting Atkins. It's the second time we've seen that from Courtney Banks today. Just under 9 minutes to go in the game. 61-46. And Marina, deep three, no good. Angelidou there for the rebound. And a charge is called against Kelsey Atkins.
Offensive foul, Christian Brothers for 20, Kelsey Atkins.
Fantastic defensive effort there by the Falcons to get the ball back.
11, Kaya Sane.
And we saw Montevallo struggle early on in the game, and the latter part of the first quarter and the second quarter played very well. and were tied with the Buccaneers at one point. But the third quarter was all Christian Brothers as they started things off on a 16-5 run. And Nautica Philpott is called for the foul again. That is her fourth, and if Montevallo, or excuse me, her third. Angelidou gets the basket to go, and the foul.
Foul on Montevallo, number 13, Courtney Smith.
It's Courtney Smith who committed the foul. So Angelidou will go to the line to complete the and one play, and she does. 64-46 as we approach 8 minutes to go. Bone break. Bounce pass to Sane. Philpott in the corner. Nice entry pass to Smith, who is fouled. And it's number 20, Kelsey Atkins, who commits the foul against Smith. The first one is good from Courtney Smith. Smith, a freshman out of Birmingham, Alabama. That went in and out. Sane fighting for the rebound, but Atkins comes up with it for the Bucks. Banks thought about a three. And Courtney Smith's going to be called for the foul again. They're going to say she was holding Angelidou there. And that's three on Courtney Smith. Banks to Angelidou, who travels. We've seen that several times today. 64-47. Marine. Philpott, deep three. Knocks it down. 14-point game. Nautica Philpott's got 18 points now in this one. Philpott over to Bone Break, who will take a three and knock it down as well. Montevallo, 64-53. And Montevallo trying to storm back here in this one. 6:47 to go. Coach Fernanda takes a timeout, so that'll extend to a media here with 6:47 remaining. Stay with us here in Trustmark Arena. We'll be right back.
Montevallo would also like to thank Trustmark Bank, Cahaba Timber Company.
I don't know, but she's trying to stop talking. I'm trying to listen.
I just heard him say this.
Yeah.
Partners, thank you all for supporting the Falcons.
How old is she? She seems like she's like 23. You think so? Why she cares or something? What is it? They don't like each other. I'm surprised he haven't teed up. He was, I mean, he's been yelling at her all the way down, up and down the floor.
How are you? I had to go pick up my car the other night. I had my oil change, and I turned it on in my car, like through my iPad or iPhone. I was like, holy crap, is that Shaquille Jackson? And I'm texted him. I'm like, are you Montevallo? He's like, yeah. I know that voice. That is so funny.
Yeah, we had a joke.
Welcome back into Trustmark Arena. Out of the timeout after Nautica Philpott, or excuse me, Cassie Bonebreak knocked down a huge 3. It's an 11-point game. Montevallo has not led in the game, but they were tied at one point. Blissett over to Reeves. Courtney Banks thought about a 3. She has been hot from beyond the arc today. And her pass is taken away by Kaya Sane. In the corner to Philpott for 3. Buries it. Nautica Philpott. 21 points. She has been fantastic today. 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. And it's a single-digit game here in Trustmark Arena. Angelito down low. Fantastic defense from Courtney Smith. Bone break. Back to Philpott. Courtney Smith over to Sane to Marine. So bone break, back to Maureen. 7 on the shot clock. Maureen, a deep 3. Knocks it down. Montevallo has made 4 straight 3-pointers, and they are right back in this game. It is a 5-point game with 5:09 to go. Banks will try a 3 of her own, and she can't get it to go. Angelito with the rebound, and Courtney Smith swiped it away, but they're going to get her with the foul, and that will be Courtney Smith. Oh, actually, they're going to call Kaya Sane with the foul instead, but Courtney Smith got a lot of that basketball, but they're going to say Kaya Sane fouled her before. That's the 3rd personal foul on Kaya Sane. So Philpott, Sane, and Smith all playing with 3 fouls. Angelito knocks down the first, 65-69. Or 65-59, excuse me. And some the officials discussing things here.
Up for me. Come on, you gotta block out.
And Christian Brothers gets the offensive rebound, and Little can't get a 3 to go. Marine comes down with it. It's a 6-point game. Montevallo has made 4 straight 3-pointers. Marine to Smith, over to Philpott, who will shoot it again. In and out. You thought for a second maybe that would go down, but it pops right back out. 65-59 still. And it goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was off Kaya Sane. But it will remain Christian Brothers basketball with 4:25 to go. And we'll take a media timeout here, and we'll come back to Trustmark Arena as we got a game here, 65-59.
Sing along with the cheerleaders.
Wow. Wow. I love that. they need, though. They need that. They need to be yelled at. They need to be fired up. Welcome back to Trustmark Arena. It's Christian Brothers basketball with 4:25 to go. Angelidou with 3. No good. Another offensive rebound. The 16th offensive rebound of the game for the Buccaneers. Montevallo is getting out-rebounded heavily, 47-28. Little inside handoff to Angelidou, and a rare miss from the senior. Marine, no good. Jones the rebound. Banks. Inside to Angelidou, great pass, and she lays it in. 67-59. See how much more Montevallo has left in the tank. We have 3:20 remaining in the game. Montevallo is 11 of 29 from beyond the arc. Marine will shoot another 3, no good. And a foul inside, it's going to be on Courtney Smith. That'll be her 4th.
Smith.
And coming into this game, we knew size was an issue for the Falcons, and we're seeing that on display here as the Buccaneers have scored 30 points in the paint, and they have just dominated the glass, 47-28. Angelidou misses that free throw. But a huge showing from Nautica Philpott today. 21 points from her on 7 of 16 shooting. And Michaela Blissett leads the Bucks with 15 points. Timeout called by Coach Condra, but they're going to say they didn't have complete possession. It'll be Montevallo basketball, so no timeout. Condra attempted to take it. Kaya Sane gets fouled. It's number 12, Emily Reeves, who commits the foul. And Sane will have a chance to cut into this lead, 67-59. Montevallo has been fighting back here in this 4th quarter. The Buccaneers will not go away to keep adding to their lead. Misses that one. Banks with it now.
Get there, get there, get there!
And they're going to reset the shot clock to 23 seconds. Banks will inbound.
White, the defense, white!
And Courtney Smith knocks that one away and comes up with the steal. Philpott ahead from Montevallo. Beautiful move and gets a layup to go in. Nautica Philpott has just been absolutely electric. 23 points today for her. As Coach Fanata calls a timeout, his team down just 6 points. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena.
You got 131 full.
What'd you say? 131 full? Okay. Yeah. That's not quite up to date, though. I gotta hurry. Welcome back to Trustmark Arena, 2:26 to go. And it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Montevallo basketball. And we know that Montevallo has fantastic defense and applies really good pressure in the half court. And they force the turnover there. It's a team that is fourth in the conference in steals and forces 18 turnovers a game. Philpott driving in is fouled. It's on Courtney Banks. That's just the 14th foul in the quarter for the Buccaneers, so Philpott will inbound. One more would send the Falcons to the line to shoot two. Marine's jumper no good. Banks the rebound. Little inside to Reeves, who can't put it in. Kaya Sane the rebound. Minute and a half to go here in the game. It's a 6-point game. Montevallo does have 2 timeouts remaining. Philpott lays it in, and that is a new career high for Nautica Philpott. 25 points for her. She had 23 in the game against UAH, where they made a late run in the fourth quarter, just like they are doing here. 4-point game, 1:05 to go. It's a huge defensive possession here for the Falcons. Banks driving in and out. Rebound to Maureen, under a minute. And Maureen is fouled by Rafaela Angelidou.
Christian Brothers number 13, Rafaela Angelidou.
That is a third personal foul for Angelidou. Marine makes the first. And it's a 1-possession game now. Again, Montevallo does have 2 timeouts, both teams in the double bonus. And makes a second. It's a 2-point game, 67-65. And we'll have a timeout. A 30-second timeout taken by Coach Condra of Christian Brothers. 55 seconds left to go in the game. Montevallo down by just 2 points here. And at one point, Christian Brothers led by 21 in this game, but an improbable comeback by the Falcons has them just 2 points away from tying the Buccaneers. And it would be absolutely remarkable if they were able to overcome the deficit and win this game. It would be only the third win of the season for Montevallo. Their last win came on November 21st at home against Stillman College. And it would also be the first time in the series of history between Christian Brothers that Montevallo has won at home. Both of the victories in the series for the Buccaneers have come on Montevallo's home floor. And it'll be Christian Brothers basketball, 55 seconds. Montevallo needs to be careful not to foul here. It would send the Bucks to the line to shoot 2. Angelidou over to Reeves, who will drive in, out to Little, to Jones, 10 on the shot clock. Jones driving in, kicks out to Angelidou, pump fake. And a travel is called. 30.2 seconds, only 0.2 of a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Montevallo can hold for the final shot, and Coach Venata is going to take a timeout. You would think it's going to be a full timeout so he can advance the ball, and that is exactly what he will do. And we will take just a brief break. I'm going to be right back here for the final 30 seconds of play in Trustmark Arena. What a game it has been. Stay with us. On hand. And if you just joined us here, you joined at the right time. It will be Montevallo basketball. They'll inbound on their side of the court. Down 2 with 30.2 to go. Nautica Philpott leads with 25 points from Montevallo. She has been outstanding, and Montevallo has made 11 threes in the game. Falcons seeking their 3rd win of the season. It would be huge here against the Buccaneers. Marine guarded by Kinsey Jones. 18 seconds to go. Imagine they're going to take the final shot. 10 seconds to go. Marine driving. Nearly loses the ball. Picks it back up. Throws it up. No good. Kaya Sane comes up with it. Can't get it to go. And that'll be the game. Christian Brothers just barely gets the victory, 67-65, but what an amazing battle that Montevallo Falcons gave here at the end of the game. And we'll get to talk to Coach Venata here in just a second, but Montevallo narrowly loses 67-65. Stay with us here, and we'll be back with Coach Venata. He'll sit right there. I'll talk to him real quick. Welcome back into Trustmark Arena. I'm Wyatt Hull, and I'm joined by Coach Gary Venata. Coach, heartbreaking loss, 67-65, but talk about the heart and the tenacity that your team showed there at the end.
Well, I tell you what, they're a young team, and they give it all. They give it everything. Sometimes they don't always play perfect. They turn the ball over. They make mistakes, but it's not because it's not because they're doing it on purpose or they're trying to lose or anything like that. You know, they want to win. They want to help us get this thing turned around in the right direction. And I told them that this past weekend we did that. We made a few adjustments, and they came out and they started playing hard and playing better defense. And we did everything we asked them to do on a daily basis, and they gave themselves an opportunity to win. And we came down to the last shot with a chance to tie it, send it in overtime,
right,
to maybe get an and one and win the game. And you get 2 shots at it. And 3 offensive rebounds, or you think you have a chance to do that, but we just didn't. And I'm proud of the girls, but it's hard to be proud of them when they lose. And I told them, so it's not the score I'm talking about. It's the fact that they have the right attitude. At this time of year, when you're losing and losing and losing, it's hard to lose it. It's easy to lose it.
Right.
And they didn't lose it. They're still fighting every time they go out.
With 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, Christian Brothers was leading by 21. If you would have told me there had been a one-possession game at the end, a lot of people wouldn't believe you on that. Part of that was due to Nautica Philpott. How fantastic was she today? 25 points.
Well, like I said, Nautica's going to get better. You know, she still's got to work on her shot selection and her ball handling. She gets a little out of control. Sometimes it falls down. But once again, the heart's in the right place. You know, Joe's been consistent all year long. You know, coming off the bench and providing that spark for us. But I can't say enough about this team, this freshman-laden team. They come out, they play with their heart, they play hard. They give it everything they've got. And tonight, like I said, you know, we talked about this on the way. On our team this year, Jamekia's led us in scoring in the game. Paige has led us in scoring in the game. Demaya's led us in scoring in the game. Nautica's led us scoring in the game. Kaya's led us scoring in the game.
Yep.
Cassidy's led us scoring in the game. Alba's led us scoring in the game. Cheyenne's left us scoring in the game. And Deasia, who's out sick tonight, you know, been starting last 2 games. She led us just 2 games ago in scoring. So there's talent on the team, but we have to learn how to play together. And you know, it can't just always be one-on-one about this. And we're getting better at it. We just got to continue to work at it and get better. So.
And looking at the stat sheet here, I think one of the most impressive things about this game was the turnover battle. Y'all forced 22 turnovers for Christian Brothers and only committed 11 yourselves. Was that?
We only had 2 in the second half.
Yeah. Was that a big game plan coming into the game?
It was a big thing. We felt like that was an opportunity for us. I thought we were quicker than they were. They had more experience. They had 4 seniors, you know, that had been there 4 years, and we felt like that you know, that was going to play a big part into the game, and it did. But from our standpoint, you know, we want to try to make them have to earn every possession they get, every shot they get. You know, we lost by 2. They shot 42% from the field. We shot 36.
Right.
But we got 6 more shots than they did. You know, I was disappointed in our inability to get to the free throw line. We had 1 free throw at halftime. You know, we didn't get into the double bonus until, 3 minutes to go in the game, you know. And it's too aggressive game for us not to have that happen. So something we got to continue to work on. You know, we just got to continue to fight. But I'm proud of what they're doing right now. We just got to find a way to win. And it would have been nice going into the game on Saturday because we'll probably play the best division NCAA Division II team we faced all year long. And I know we'll face the best player we faced all year long.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us here tonight. Christian Brothers, again, gets the win 67-65, and Montevallo will be back at home on Saturday to face Union. Coach, again, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate what you guys do.
Fantastic game toward the end there.
Thank you.
Stay with us here in about 20 minutes. We'll have the men coming up here in Trustmark Arena. Stay with us here on Montevallo for you.
then scoop back, scoop, 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 scoop. Ever play with base, deep break your nose. Slip 50 corners on the neck, take this matching juice.
goal sign comments and its member institutions believe good sportsmanship is an integral part of competition. In order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, honesty, and responsibility before, during, and after all athletic contests. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize outstanding performance of opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trustmark Arena for tonight's contest between the Christian Brothers Buccaneers and your University of Montevallo Falcons. Please welcome tonight's starters, beginning with the visiting Buccaneers. Number 5, Jeff Larkin. Number 11, Joe Larvey.
We're about to go on. Okay.
Number 20, Cody Garbazinski.
Hello and welcome in to Trustmark Arena. I'm Wyatt Hall and I'm joined by Brett Batchelor here as we get set for the men's game. Montevallo taking on Christian Brothers here.
With assistant coaches Jordan Rogers, Eddie Nebar, and Jeff Caldwell.
And Montevallo comes into the game 9-9 on the season after picking up a huge road win against Mississippi College, 64-60. And the Buccaneers are 13-4 on the season after dropping 3 of their last 4 games. Starting lineups first for the Buccaneers. Jeff Larkin will be starting. Joe Larvey, Cody Garbazinski, Adam Dyball, and Alex Trittman will be the lone forward.
Number 10, Deshaun Jones. A senior forward from San Diego, California.
For Montevallo, the starting lineups will be Jamar Taylor, not Jamar Gilbert, Deshaun Jones, Chris Williams, Julio Guidi, and Jeremiah Curtis.
Montevallo is coached by Danny Young with assistant coach Duncan Hudson.
And so we'll get set for the jump ball here. It'll be Adam Dyball and a little confusion here, starting things off. Written in the book, it was Jamar Gilbert who was supposed to start, but Jamar Taylor is supposed to start instead of Gilbert in his place. So as soon as we get started here, the first substitution will be Jamar Taylor coming on. Julio Guidi will face off against Adam Dyball. And Christian Brothers wins the tip. Dyball has nice hands for a big man. Deshaun Jones with the steal, start things off, and lays it in. Julio Guidi against Dyball here. Hand off to Jeff Larkin. Larkin over to number 11, Joe Lavari, has 27 points in the last game against West Florida. 5 on the shot clock. Lavari Drains a three.
Joe Levery.
Levery had 5 made three-pointers in the loss to West Florida. Huge threat from beyond the arc. Jones jumper no good, and Jamar Taylor still waiting to check in. Jeff Larkin inside the die ball, guarded by Guidi. And a foul is going to be called against Julio Guidi. And Jamar Taylor will check back in. He has missed 3 games due to an injury, but we finally get Taylor back. 24 points a game. What does Jamar Taylor bring, Brett?
Jamar brings a lot of size to this team. You know, we saw in the past couple of games that they've kind of missed him being out on the court, but he brings a lot of size and a lot of experience to this offense as well.
Garbinski misses that one, goes off the hand of Guidi. It's a die ball for 3 on the money. 6-2. This is a Christian Brothers team that shoots 35% from beyond the arc. Williams over to Gilbert. Back to Williams. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Trentman. Mavari inside the die ball. Back out to Trentman, who will fire a 3. Gets it to go. 3 3-pointers for the Bucks, and they are off to a 9-2 start. Great move in the paint for Jamar Taylor as he gets his first points of the day.
That right there is exactly what the Falcons are looking for Jamar's return.
Die ball, guarded by Guidi. Larkin for 3, off the back iron. Goes out of the hands of Taylor, and Christian Brothers will have a fresh shot clock. And that's just too easy there as Alex Trentman scores 2. Taylor inside, loses it, out of bounds. It'll be Montevallo basketball.
And again, the aggressiveness by Jamar Taylor to move the ball and to get inside the paint is exactly what the Falcons are looking for in his return, and as a team and whole, just to get points on the inside.
Williams inside to Curtis, knocks it down, and Jeremiah Curtis has such a sweet stroke for a big man. Curtis had 16 points in the game against Mississippi College. As Montevallo comes up with the steal, Gilbert with the fancy layup. And a delay of game warning against Julio Guidi as he touches the ball after the layup. So if he does that again, it will be a technical foul. And we'll have a timeout. The score 11-8. Christian Brothers leading with 15:56 to go. We'll take a quick break and be back here in Trustmark Arena. And you can just add in something even if I don't say anything to you. You can just say something.
Okay, that's cool.
If I Welcome back in to Trustmark Arena. Christian Brothers leading 11-8.
Christian Brothers got off to a hot start from three, knocking down their first three actually from behind the perimeter, but a quick couple of baskets from Montevallo's got them back into it late, and it's exactly what they needed to get back into the game.
Substitution for the Buccaneers. Brad Miller, the sophomore out of Cincinnati, has checked in. Tyler Bruff is onto the floor now for Coach Young's Falcons. Deep three, no good. Gilbert with the rebound. In the corner to Taylor. Who, not a great decision there. Julio Guidi wasn't anticipating the pass, but it goes out of the bounds off of Miller, so it'll remain Montevallo basketball under their own basket.
Julio is definitely a guy with his size you can get the ball inside to, but a little bit skinny for as tall as he is, so he's got to find a way to get bigger inside.
Foul on Christian Brothers number 33, Adam Dyball.
Adam Dyball called for the foul. Gilbert over to Bruff for three. No good. Guidi the rebound and puts it back in.
That's exactly what you're looking for from Guidi, again with his size and be able to get in there and get big boards and put points back on the board.
Julio Guidi had 16 rebounds in the game against Mississippi College and led Montevallo in scoring with 17 points as well. A big reason why they picked up their first road win in conference play Monday night. Gilbert with the steal. Hand off Taylor, and he traveled.
The aggressiveness from the defense so far is what's been able to keep Montevallo in this game. You know, we said the Christian Brothers got off to a hot start, but since then Montevallo's been very well on defense and just helped turn points into offense into points.
And a foul is called inside. It'll be Jeremiah Curtis. And another substitution for the Falcons. It'll be Tyler Updike who will get set to check in. And the graduate transfer had a huge game for his career against Mississippi College, scoring 10 points, went 4 of 7 from the field. It's the most he scored all season long. And Dyball misses the second. Jeff Larkin, the offensive rebound. Miller over to Dyball. In the corner to Larkin. Lavari, no good. Curtis the rebound. Jeremiah Curtis, no good. A little bit of contact there at the end, but nothing to warrant a foul.
Montevallo went a little bit small on offense. You know, Julio's out of the game now, so we might see a couple more shots like that on the next few possessions.
Alex Trentman down low, and a fantastic pass from Adam Dyball. Dyball is a fantastic passer for a big man. Updike for three, knocks it down.
That's exactly what he can bring. He's been able to do that all year, and that's what he'll continue to do for sure, because that's one of his roles on this team.
1 point game. Larkin, the leading scorer on this Christian Brothers team, averaging 18 points a game. Larkin, air ball, rebound to Updike. Gilbert will try a three, no good. He had Bruff open in the corner. And Brad Miller tried the hesitation but walked instead. It'll be Montevallo basketball. 3 substitutions for the Falcons. Chris Williams, Deshaun Jones, and Julio Guidi all come in. And they'll join Tyler Updike and Tyler Bruff on the court.
You have 3 now. Hey! 4 out, 2 option, right or right.
And we talk about how big of a scoring force Jamar Taylor is, but Chris Williams can be that as well. Scored 36 points in the game against Valdosta State.
There you go, right there. That's exactly what you're looking for on that possession.
And a nice pass there by Julio Guidi on that Chris Williams bucket, and Montevallo has the lead 15-14. Julio Guidi, fantastic defense against Dieball there. And Deshaun Jones with the foul against Jeff Larkin. We'll have the media timeout here. 11:14 to go here in the first half. Montevallo leading 15-14, very low scoring game. We'll take a quick break and be back here in Trustmark Arena. Welcome back into Trustmark Arena. It's Christian Brothers basketball. Adam Dieball gets blocked by Tyler Bruff.
You know, these last few possessions, Christian Brothers hasn't been able to get the ball in the basket, but they're still not afraid to push it inside and maybe shoot a deep 3 if they have to.
And this is a team that loves to shoot the 3. As Dieball does so there, Bruff the rebound. Guidi, nice pass to Updike for 3, buries it, Tyler Updike. And a foul on the floor. I believe they're going to get Julio Guidi, and they do, and that's
Number 13, Julio Guidi.
And that's 2 for Julio Guidi, so Jeremiah Curtis will come in for him. And Julio Guidi getting in foul trouble early is a huge thing for Montevallo.
It's not good for Montevallo at all, and especially with a man of his size and being able to get the ball inside, you might see him sitting down for the next couple minutes throughout this first half, and probably see a lot more of him in the second half than we will the first.
Substitution for Christian Brothers, number 44, Jacob Lyons, and number 22, Mitchell Mays have checked in. This is Lyons working against Curtis. Bruff the rebound. Jamar Taylor will get set to come back in. And Chris Williams will have a chance to get the and one play.
Chris Williams off to a hot start. That's another good thing for this offense. We mentioned earlier that he can put a lot of points on this board, on the board for the offense, and that's exactly what he's doing so far.
Yeah, Chris Williams has had some turnover issues at points this season, but is so good at drawing contact, and he's an excellent free throw shooter as well, 85%. As he drains that one, 21-14. Montevallo is on an 8-0 run. And since Montevallo's taken the lead, Christian Brothers has not scored. Lions back out to Lavari. Mays. 3 on the shot clock. Had to fire something up. And Lavari at the buzzer can't get it, but Jeff Larkin, the rebound. And Chris Williams was in the restricted area, so it will be a blocking foul against him.
Good defense by Montevallo, though, to force Christian Brothers all the way down. You know, we know they, I mean, obviously they didn't get the rebound, but to take them all the way down to the buzzer on the shot clock is a big deal.
Yeah, and I don't know how Jeff Larkin, at the size of just 6 foot, got the rebound over the big Julio or Jeremiah Curtis down there. And it says Jeff Larkin's 6 foot on the paper, but he doesn't look like it on the court.
No, not at all.
23-16, Christian Brothers takes a timeout as Montevallo has jumped out to the lead. 9:23 left to go in the half. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break and come back here in Trustmark Arena. Larkin over to Dieball for a 3. Drains it.
It's exactly what Christian Brothers did to start the game. If they want to stay in this game, it looks like that's what they're going to have to keep continuing.
And we have seen over the course of several years, teams constantly come in the Trustmark Arena and just shoot the 3 ball very, very well. And Jamar Taylor takes it to the hole. Taylor is so difficult to stop when he puts his head down and goes to the basket.
He's not the tallest guy on the court, but he's so powerful and so strong that once he gets moving, it's hard to stop him in any way possible.
Larkin for 3. Mitchell Mays taps it out. Adam Dieball comes up with it. Christian Brothers. Taylor comes up with the steal and just throws it away right into the hands of Mitchell Mays.
And it's tough for the offense and the defense right now because Christian Brothers has a little bit more size on the court than the Falcons do right now. So to be able to move the ball on offense, they're going to have to find different ways to do it.
And only one true big in the game for Montevallo, and that's Jeremiah Curtis. as Jeff Larkin is called for the offensive foul. Deshaun Jones has been so good defensively all year long, taking the charges like we just saw him do there.
He really has, and he's not one of the biggest guys on the court, but he's another guy that's just tough and will go in there and get the job done in any way that he can.
And another thing that Deshaun Jones has is D1 experience, transferring in from Jacksonville State last year, a team that made the national tournament. 27-19, Montevallo lead. We'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena. Welcome back to Trustmark Arena. 27-19 the lead for Montevallo. As they are trying to get one win above 500, come in 9-9 on the season. Taylor drains a three.
You know, we spoke earlier about the power that Jamar Taylor can bring when he drives into the lane, but he's also a very good outside and perimeter shooter, which makes him an all-around good player.
And Jamar Taylor has put in some work in the offseason on three-point shooting. He's shooting 50% this season and was just shooting 25% last year, and that is really where his game has changed. 11-point lead for Montevallo. And it seems like Montevallo picked the right time to play Christian Brothers. They were on an 11-game winning streak, and then their last 6 games, they got all 4 of their losses that they have on the season, and they seem to be kind of vulnerable right now. Montevallo's taking advantage of that here.
Exactly, and this is such a huge conference game, too, because Montevallo comes to this 4-5 in the Gulf South. Christian Brothers 5-4, so if the Falcons can pick up a win tonight and tie them at 5-5 in the conference, and that'll also be huge as well.
And Montevallo is trying to make the conference tournament, and it seems like they would have to win out at home in order to do so. So a victory here tonight would be huge. As Jamar Gilbert knocks down a 3 in the corner.
The ball movement for the Falcons so far tonight has been very well, getting the ball inside and getting the ball outside, just wherever they can find the open shot.
Moving the ball very, very well. Larvery for 3, no good. Taylor spinning inside, hand out to Updike, off to Curtis, long 2, no good. And Chris Williams is bumped hard by number 24, Luke Rudy.
This has just been a very aggressive Montevallo team tonight, offensively, defensively, on the boards as well, just doing whatever they can to get points on the board and keep the ball in their own hands.
Tyler Bruff will inbound for Montevallo.
Cuts! 4 out cuts! 4 out cuts! Cut Jamar Gilbert! Give it to him. Give it to him.
Gilbert driving out to Taylor for 3. No good. Alex Tripman the rebound. And still Julio Guidi hasn't checked back into the game.
You know, he checked out at about just a little over 10 minutes and left to go in the first half. And like you said, still not checked in. Good play there by Jamar Taylor. Julio Guidi is still not checked back into the game, and like we said, we'll probably see him a lot more in the second half than we will in the first with two early fouls.
But even with him out, Montevallo is having a lot of success on both ends of the floor.
The small guys, not smaller guys, but the smaller guys, not as tall as Julio, have stepped up on the boards and just doing whatever they can so far.
Yeah, Tyler Bruff, one of them who has kind of bumped down to the 4 spot a little bit. Adam Dyball nearly throws it away, but what a save by Luke Rudy to keep it in the possession of Christian Brothers. Larkin for 3, in and out. Taylor the rebound.
Cut now.
35-21, Montevallo still leading here. Chris Williams.
Chris Williams again, just doing whatever he can to get the points on the board, and has had a very good night so far tonight.
And brilliant move to the basket. That's hard to defend. 37-21. Great pass by Brad Miller, but Jamar Taylor with the block.
That's also what he brings back to the court, is the ability to get up there with his size and just get the balls out.
And I love the way that Jamar Taylor plays. He's such a quiet player, doesn't talk a lot, but just lets his playing do the talking. Curtis misses that one.
It's a very silent confidence for Jamar Taylor. He knows what he's doing out there.
And he is just an excellent player, and just as another name on that list of great Montevallo players under Coach Danny Young. Offensive foul. It's again Jeff Larkin. Jeff Larkin now has 2 personal fouls, and it's a big question mark if you're Christian Brothers. Larkin is your leading scorer with 18 points and will now likely have to sit on the bench with 2 fouls.
He's a guard, a good guard. He's played well for them so far tonight. But again, this is very similar to what we saw with Julio Guidi early on in the first half. 2 early fouls. It's later in the first half, but you don't want him to pick up another one going into the second half.
And Montevallo coming into this game has played such a tough schedule. 8 opponents that they have played this season have at one point been ranked in the top 25 nationally, and currently 4 opponents they have faced have been ranked in the top 25. They only have 1 win against those opponents, and it's against Claflin, who is ranked number 19 in the country at 17-1. The only loss that Claflin's had was to Montevallo.
It just shows that the Montevallo Falcons can play against whoever. They can play against the big teams, they can play against the small teams. They have the ability. It just really depends on if they show up that night and who's healthy, who's not healthy, and stuff like that. There's just been a lot of ups and downs so far throughout the year at the right and wrong time so far for the Falcons.
And when you talk about potential of making the national tournament, you usually think that a team with 9 losses really doesn't have much of a chance at this point. But if Montevallo can get to 18, 19 wins with the level of difficulty of their schedule, they have a pretty good shot at making that tournament, all depending on what they do in the Gulf South tournament.
Exactly, and we saw the way that they played early on in the season against UAH when it was such a loud crowd, and they played so well and dominated the whole game. If they can get back to playing basketball like that all the time, then there's no question to see what this team can do.
And it's been a very balanced offensive attack for Montevallo, as no players are in double digits, but there are 2 with 9 points, Chris Williams and Jamar Taylor. And Chris Williams turns it over. And at some point, the Falcons need to reward Jeremiah Curtis, because he is doing a fantastic job battling on the block down low against Dyball, but they are not rewarding him.
Not at all. And it seems like the coaches have been wanting to get the ball inside to him a little bit more than they have been so far. So it's be interesting to see how that goes throughout the rest of the game.
Trentman for 3. No good.
We mentioned Jamar Taylor has 9 points in his return, and he hasn't played probably the full amount of minutes that he usually would, but 9 points is just back to what he's been doing immediately so far throughout this season.
Jeremiah Curtis lays it in, and for a 6'8" big man, he has fantastic hands.
Very good, and not only on the inside, he has a nice jumper that he can put from just outside the paint as well.
Dyball baseline, gets it stolen by Taylor.
Like we said, with Julio being out, Tyler Bruffman having to slide down to the 4 for a smaller man playing the 4 position, he's done very well defensively.
And this is a very uncharacteristic game for Christian Brothers. They come in averaging 19 assists per game and only turning the ball over 9 times, but they have only been able to get 5 assists so far today, and they've already turned it over 9 times. So not playing to what they normally do. Corner 3, no good. Curtis comes soaring in for the rebound.
With those turnovers for Christian Brother, not playing well like they usually do, I think that goes again to what we've been talking about, the aggressiveness of the defense and how they've been able to force turnovers throughout the entire game.
Under a minute now to go. Montevallo leads 39-21. Chris Williams for 3, no good. Alex Trentman the rebound. And a foul on the floor. Jeremiah Curtis is guilty of the foul as he was battling with Adam Dieball for position. So, second personal foul for Jeremiah Curtis. And he'll come out with 43 seconds left to go in the first half. Don't want to risk him getting a third here in the first half. So the freshman Alec Medekina will check in.
Not a bad freshman at all either. He's a solid player, and like you said, you don't want to risk Julio Greedy picking up a third foul, so you bring another big man in like Alec in to play on offense and defense.
Dieball knocks down the 3, 39-24. About a 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. 20 to go in the first half. And now Taylor will start the play. Drive to the basket and is fouled on his way up. This is number 34, Alex Trentman. 8.2 seconds left in the first half.
Christian Brothers held an early lead in this game, 14-13, and since then we know you now see the score is 39-24. Montevallo just played so well since then and just played so well offensively, getting the points on the board through the inside, and the aggressiveness of the defense to only hold them to 10 points since then.
Yeah, Christian Brothers started off hot 9-2, and then when as soon as Montevallo took the lead 15-14, they went on an 11-point run to get ahead, and they haven't let up since then. 3, 2, 1. Dieball, no good. Rebound to Bruff, and that'll do it for the first half. Montevallo will go into the locker room at halftime up 40-24 as Christian Brothers has just had a tough stint here in the last few games, dropping 3 of their last 4. We'll take about a 15-minute break, and we'll be back here in Trustmark Arena for the second half as Montevallo leads 40-24. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You.
Yeah, they can definitely hear you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our 5 contestants down to the court for tonight's halftime contest of basketball. Musical chairs brought to you by the Main Street Tavern. Let's welcome to the floor Michaela, Casey, Monet, Drew, and Adrian. Now these 5 contestants will play a game of musical chairs. They will walk around in a circle while the music plays. Once it stops, they must race to a basket, make a layup, and then take their seat. The last man standing or woman will be disqualified. All right, let's remove one chair. And now we're down to 3. And then there was 2. And we have our winner. Thank you to Michaela, Casey, Monet, Drew, and Adrian for participating tonight. Each participant receives a gift card from the Main Street Tavern. And our champion of basketball musical chairs also receives a hoodie, courtesy of Barnes & Noble, the official bookstore of the University of Montevallo.
Five, yeah.
Welcome back into Trustmark Arena. Montevallo leading 40-24 as we get started for the second half. And as we get started, the shot clock didn't start, so we're going to re-inbound with the shot clock at 26 seconds. It is Montevallo basketball with a 16-point lead. And only one player in double figures from Montevallo. It's Jamar Taylor with 10 points. Trentman the rebound.
There it is again. We talked about Jamar Taylor and the big body that he is, liking to move it inside, and he's going right at that in the second half as well.
Greedy, tough defense against Dieball, but he gets it to go
Julio Guidi back in the game. We noticed, we mentioned that he had 2 fouls early on in the game with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. Didn't come back in the rest of the first half, and he got the start here in the second half.
And then Jeff Larkin, who had to sit out with 2 fouls for Christian Brothers, is back in as well to start things off in the second half. Curtis got to Jones, driving baseline. Taylor tries to go high off the glass, but nowhere near it. And Trentman goes to the hole, but can't get it to go. Rebound to Curtis. Bounce pass to Curtis, over to Jones. Baseline jumper is good. Fantastic ball movement.
Yeah, fantastic ball movement. That's how you create your open shots on the court. If you can get the ball moving, get the defense a little flush, it opens up the court.
That was a smart play by Jeremiah Curtis.
Helps that the Falcons have a little bit more size back in here on defense. They had to go small, you know, with Julio in foul trouble in the first half. They got a little bit more size. They got Jamar and they got Julio back in the game, so that helps a little bit.
Julio Guidi called for the foul. That is his 3rd foul, so we're going to see him take a seat on the bench.
As you know, just as we speak about size, we see Julio come right back out and Tyler have to move right back in, so that takes away off the size just a little bit more.
Jeremiah Curtis with the steal and then just throws it away out of bounds. So Christian Brothers just gets it right back.
The aggressiveness of the defense has come right back out in the second half, though, like they did in the first half. And it's good. Christian Brothers got 2 points up early, but since then the aggressiveness that we saw in the first half has continued over into the second half as well.
And Montevallo has scored 22 points in the paint today, and that's an area that they typically dominate in. In the Mississippi College game, Montevallo scored 30 points in the paint. And earlier this season, we saw him score 50 points in the paint against the Virgin Islands. That's due in part to Jeremiah Curtis and Julio Guidi. But with Julio Guidi out, Montevallo will look to other answers in the front court. Bruff, a deep 3, buries it. That was from beyond NBA range. But that's where Bruff likes to shoot it.
Bruff has always liked the outside, and like we said, going small again, you're going to have to see more shots like that being smaller on the front court.
And a fantastic pass, but Lavari can't convert the layup. Bruff again has got the hot hand and knocks it down. Tyler Bruff. He's not afraid to shoot the 3 either, and he's very smart with his shot selection.
Very smart. You know, sometimes you see some shots, you see him pull up on ones that you think he might pull up on, shots that you think he might pull up on, he ends up passing, but right there he's got the hot hand, he knows what he can do with it.
Yeah, a 3 in transition is huge as Montevallo leads 48-26 and is playing exquisitely on defense, only 26 points. As Chris Williams gets the offensive rebound. Williams driving in. Goes out to Bruff for 3 again. Knocks it down. Tyler Bruff.
3 of his last 4 shots from downtown. He is definitely feeling it.
Tyler Bruff had no points, and then you blink your eye, and he has 9 points. It's a 51-26 lead. Dieball can't answer with the 3 of his own, but Lavari, the offensive rebound, and the lay-in.
Offensive rebound there. It's one thing that might hurt Montevallo being going a little bit small, because we saw against the Mississippi College game they had 40 rebounds with their big guys Jeremiah Curtis and Julio Guidi combining for 21 of those 40 rebounds. It hurts a little bit here not being able to get big on the boards.
Jones will drive and kick out to Williams, but an offensive foul is going to be called against Deshaun Jones, and that'll bring us a media timeout with 15:31 to go in the game, and Montevallo has a huge lead, 51-28. We'll take a quick break here and be back in Trustmark Arena.
Tonight, these participants are going to participate in a a dizzy bat competition to have a chance to win jacks for a month. Each participant will spin on their designated bat for 10 seconds. Then they will race down to the midcourt, grab a basketball, race back to the basket, and make a layup. Contestants, are you ready? All right, on your mark. Join us at the next time out where we will do our dizzy bat competition as Aaron and Gabby try to win free jacks for a month.
And they've gone to that so far here in the second half.
Hey, you're going to have 20, so you're the help man. Yes! Hey, good try!
And Taylor was in the restricted area, so he's going to be called for the foul.
Foul on Montevallo number 5, trip now, Taylor.
Good try, JT, good try. Hey, good job.
And here's a replay of that, and great call there. He was right on the restricted line. Die ball knocks down the first free throw. And the second as well. 53-30. Full court press is on for the Bucks. And Williams goes all the way to the hole, 55-30. Williams has 11 now. And that goes out of bounds off of Christian Brothers. It was Garbuninski who touched it last. So Tyler Updike will inbound for the Falcons.
This right here is a point to where it helps that the Montevallo Falcons have gone small because they got quickness on the court. They can move up and down faster and get past the full court press.
Updike. 8 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Gilbert in the corner. 4 on the shot clock now to Chris Williams, who will drive. Jumper. No good. Rebound to Garbuninski. Adam Dyball, offensive rebound. And another point of emphasis to look at in today's game was rebounding. Montevallo out-rebounded Mississippi College with 40 points, or excuse me, 40 rebounds. And their season total, or season high in rebounds is 45 against Shorter, and that was due in part to Julio Guidi and Jeremiah Curtis, who had 21 rebounds combined, and Montevallo is out rebounding Christian Brothers today 23-18. A big reason why they're up 55-30. We'll take a quick break here and the media timeout. 12:59 left to play. We'll be right back. To 30. Montevallo shooting exceptionally well tonight. 60% from the floor and 58% from three. And a travel by Updike. And I mentioned the shooting from Montevallo, how well it's been, and they're shooting very well in the Gulf South Conference as a team.
They are. They've been shooting well all night. Like we've seen a lot of good shots from threes, a lot of moving the ball inside the paint, just putting up well, taking very smart, precise shots.
Yeah, they rank 5th in the Gulf South in field goal percentage at 44% and 5th in three-point percentage at 37.4. And Tyler Updike wasn't even paying attention there. He was going to cut under the basket. Just an errant pass there by Jamar Taylor.
It's just a point of emphasis you have to make sometimes. Sometimes when you're just in the flow of the game, you're just not thinking clearly. You just got to make sure that you're always slowing down mostly throughout the game and just make sure you always know what's going on around you.
Yeah, Montevallo has protected the ball fairly well tonight. It was only the 6th turnover they've committed, but Christian Brothers have turned it over 10 times, which they're only averaging about 9 turnovers. And one of the biggest things to me in this is Montevallo's defense has disrupted the way that Christian Brothers likes to play as Jeff Larkin knocks down a long jumper. This is a team that moves the ball very well and averages 19 assists. They only have 6 assists here tonight.
Exactly, and like we said, they've guarded the perimeter very well. And we've talked about that Christian Brothers likes to shoot the ball from long distance, and the way that they've guarded the perimeter and forced them to feel uncomfortable going inside has been a big point of emphasis for the defense.
Taylor, 10 on the shot clock, will fire a 3. No good. Rebound the die ball. Lavari buries a 3.
As we speak about guarding the perimeter well, they leave it wide open right there, and that gives Christian Brothers exactly what they like to do.
And that's only Joe Lavari's 8th point of the game. Dieball leads Christian Brothers with 14. Bruff driving and gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. But first we'll have a media timeout. 11:01 to go in the game. Montevallo leading by 20, 55-35.
Let's welcome to the floor Gabby and Aaron for a busy back competition brought to you by Jax. All right, are our contestants ready? Let's count them down. 3, 2, 1. Gabby is our winner. She wins Free Jacks for a month. Are you hungry for an after-game meal? Stop in and try a hot and juicy Big Jack with some delicious cream cut fries. With Jack's famous seasoning, Jack's, it's all about the South.
Back here in Trustmark Arena, Tyler Bruff was fouled, so he'll have 2 shots, and he makes the first. Three players in double figures now for Montevallo. Bruff with 11, Williams with 11, Taylor with 10.
Speaking of Chris Williams, he's just now checked back into the ball game, so that's a big plus for the Falcons offense the way he's been playing here so far.
Yeah, he just provides another spark scoring-wise, along with Jamar Taylor, as Brad Miller knocks down a 3 in the corner.
There we go again, Christian Brothers getting back to what they like to do, making the ball, making the 3 from outside, being aggressive on offense and defense. And this game, I mean, Montevallo's up, but it's not over yet, because we saw in the last game how the Montevallo girls team came back. This game is not quite over, just a little bit of over 10 minutes left in the game.
And they're going to reset the shot clock to 29 seconds here. Updike will inbound it. Gives it to Jones. Full court press is on, and Jones committed the travel. A little bit of a late whistle there, but Jones did take too many steps.
That's the aggressiveness and the pressure that Christian Brothers is trying to bring. And so far, since they started the full court press, it's really worked for them.
No, Jeremiah, you're 33.
Julio Guidi checks back in now. 57-38, Christian Brothers ball. Larkin to the hole. Larkin has 10 points now. Or excuse me, 4. And an offensive foul. And I don't know if we got a replay of that. The crowd seems to be upset with the call. And a lot of people confuse a charge with you having to be set, but you have to be in legal guarding position. And the officials thought that he was in that case. As we see the replay, and he was in legal guarding position, so good call there as Bruff drains a 3 from the corner. Tyler Bruff has just exploded here in the second half.
He's had the hot hand all night from 3, and there's no reason for him to stop, and that's why he keeps on pushing it.
And he leads Montevallo in scoring now with 15 points. He had a season-high 21 against Valdosta State in that triple overtime heartbreaking loss on the road.
That just shows that the ability that he can bring and the ability of this basketball team, like we talked about earlier. The next man up is the mentality of this team right now, and that's exactly what they're doing.
20-point lead for the Falcons, but Christian Brothers is trying to storm back here as Lavari just barely misses that one and just fouls Julio 3 or 4 times. And I think they're going to get Julio with a technical, and they're going to call a double technical. So the official personal foul was on Joe Lavari as he fouled Julio Guidi. Then they called a double technical on Lavari and Julio Guidi. So the technicals cancel out. And because of the personal foul, Montevallo will inbound.
Guidi not really happy with the call, trying to figure out what he did, really. It looked like one of the Christian Brothers players tried to fight the ball away from his hand. Guidi didn't really like that.
Yeah,
he might have said something, might have shoved him a little bit, and that was a little too far for the official.
And the double technical was rarely called, but, I mean, it's good to see that because they're nipping it in the bud on both ends, not just getting the instigator or getting the reactor. They're getting both.
Like you said, it cancels out, so it's not really – it's costing us – it's costing both teams because both players get the technical foul, but it evens out, so it helps both teams as well.
And it does cost Montevallo in a way because that is the 4th foul on Julio Guidi. So that's 3 personal fouls for Harvey now, and 4 for Julio. So he'll take a break in 9:52 remaining. So it is not out of reach for Christian Brothers, and so not having Julio on the floor is huge.
And like we said before, Julio is a fantastic rebounder for this team, especially is when he's in down low. So that takes a lot out of the Falcons' offense.
really where Julio's been effective today is his defense. He's only been able to get 1 rebound, but he has done a fantastic job defending Adam Dyball. Christian Brothers basketball here, 20-point game.
You assume these last few possessions that Christian Brothers, they have been very hot from outside, been aggressive in their ball movement. You would assume that they do the same thing here.
Mitchell Mays guarded heavily by Bruff. His shot is missed. Taylor comes up with the rebound. And the foul is on number 11, Joe Lavari. That's his 4th.
They got you that time, buddy.
So number 24, Luke Rudy, will check in and give Larrabee a break. And Larrabee is one of 3 players averaging in double-digit scoring with 16 points. Jeff Larkin and Adam Dyball are the others for this Buccaneer team. Williams driving, kick out Jones, and blocking foul was called against Jeff Larkin. And that'll be the 3rd personal foul for Jeff Larkin.
It's going both ways for both teams of having some of their best players in big foul trouble, and taking them out of the game is not what they need for either team so far.
And Larkin is down on the floor right now. Not sure what's wrong with him, but we hope that he is okay and nothing too serious. And so we'll take a quick break while the trainers attend to Jeff Larkin. And Larrabee checks back in after Jeff Larkin comes out with 4 fouls. But
he was asking how many fouls 11 had.
But if you're Coach Mike Neoneighbor in his 17th year, I mean, you've got to put Larrabee into the game at this point if you have to take Jeff Larkin out due to injury.
Exactly. If you're Christian Brothers, you have to find a way to get more points on the board, being down 20 with just a little under 9 minutes to go.
And Williams gets that rebound.
You wonder if we'll see a little bit more of Jamar Taylor here. Coming down late in the game, it's his first game back, but only 4 of 9 from the field. The big thing is only 9 shots so far tonight for 10 points. You'll wonder if we see more of him tonight.
He's been very quiet as he's working in the post against Brad Miller, guarded heavily. And Miller commits the foul, so Taylor will go to the line to shoot 2. This is Taylor's third trip to the line today. Montevallo has only attempted 4 free throws today, so a lot of the fouls that Christian Brothers have committed have been non-shooting fouls, and they've been very disciplined, only giving up 7 total fouls.
You know, that's 12 points for Jamar Taylor now. We talked about him not shooting the ball as much, but he has the 12 points, and he's still been effective in his own way so far in the first game. Might not be the usual way we see him effective, but he's still been effective.
But the unlikely hero from Montevallo tonight is Tyler Bruff, who leads with 15. And it really has been a very balanced offensive attack. I mean, Chris Williams has been there at times, Tyler Bruff, Jamar Taylor, even Jeremiah Curtis as well, who has 8. Mitchell Mays steps out of bounds, so it'll remain Montevallo basketball, and we'll have the under 8 timeout. So we'll take a brief break. Montevallo leading by 20, 62-42.
To the floor, the Montevallo champ.
On your feet, they've got frisbees to throw out, courtesy of Jacks. Get on your feet and show your support for the Falcons.
Welcome back to Trustmark Arena. Montevallo basketball. And Montevallo is shooting 57%, both from the floor and from 3 in this game. That is a big reason why they lead 62-42.
Montevallo really wanted to get the ball into Curtis's hands. You know, that's 2 different passes, 2 different plays in a row that they put the ball back to him, so they're wanting to find the way to get the ball to him on the inside.
Die ball passes in the corner, but Luke Rudy stepped on the baseline. So it'll be Montevallo basketball after the 12th turnover was committed by the Buccaneers. Williams over to Gilbert. Taylor gets it to go.
Again, there's solid ball movement by the Falcons offense. That creates the good, smart, open shots that they've been able to have the whole night.
Brad Miller for 3. Buries it.
Montevallo wants to go ahead and close this game off now. They cannot afford things like that, things like that to happen. If they want to close this thing off, have a nice, comfortable way to cruise into the night with a victory, they have to stop things like that right there.
Montevallo up by 19 at this point in the game, but they led by 25. About 10 minutes ago, as Brad Miller comes up with the steal and gives it to Larvie, who lays it in.
Again, that goes right back to what we were just saying. If you want to cruise into the night with a victory, you can't afford things like that to happen.
Just the 11th turnover by the Falcons today. Team that averages 15, so they've been able to protect the ball pretty well. Curtis lays it in. And we know how skilled of a big man Adam Dyball is, but Jeremiah Curtis, the man who he's been facing off against in this game, is very skilled as well for a big man.
Very skilled.
And Mays commits the travel.
You know, both of these coaches are very experienced. The Christian Brothers head coach, Mike Nienbar, in his 17th year, Montevallo head coach Andy Young in his 15th year. Both of these coaches have been in situations like this throughout their entire career. So when a situation like this happens, they know what to do. So it'll be very interesting to see how the coaching battle comes down here during the stretch.
And Montevallo's next game on the schedule is on this Saturday, and they'll be at home again, and they'll face Union, a team toward the bottom of the Gulf South Conference as Chris Williams lays that in. So if Montevallo were to continue with the lead here and get the victory, and then potentially get the victory against Union, it would definitely put them on the right track to potentially making the conference tournament.
And if the Falcons can finish it off tonight, it would have put them to 5-5 in the conference. And then, like you said, they face Union this weekend. Union is only 2-7 in the conference. That opens up another good chance to get to a winning record in the conference for the Falcons and push towards the playoffs.
And the schedule does get a little bit easier, as we talked about how difficult it is. They go on the road to AUM, a team who just won 3 games in the conference. And they go on the road to West Georgia as well, another 3-win conference team, and then get West Alabama at home, which was a tightly contested game in the first half, but they wound up losing that one by 13 on the road in Livingston. But a pretty easy schedule down the stretch compared to what they've had.
Exactly. There's a lot of opportunities here for the Falcons to start playing well, and tonight's a good example of how if they start playing like this, there's no telling what it can do for the rest of the season with an easier schedule.
18-point lead as we approach 4.5 to go in the game. Jones driving in, goes to the ground hard. Die ball, great cut, and lays it in.
That's just hard for Chris right there to defend a guy that's just that much taller than him. You give him the credit for D'ing up and trying to do what he can, but that's just hard to defend.
And Die ball has 20 points now. And Curtis loses the ball. And it goes out of bounds off of Die ball, so it'll be Montevallo basketball. And we'll have a media timeout with 3:52 to go. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You. Welcome back in the Trustmark Arena. Montevallo has 5 seconds on the shot clock as they inbound, and it goes to the hands of Larrivee, who nearly turns it over. Larrivee for 3, blocked by Jamar Gilbert. Came soaring in, and we can't say enough about the defense of Montevallo tonight.
No, not at all. Like we said the whole game, the defense has been very, very aggressive, and especially against a team that likes to put the ball up from 3. The blocks that they've had, the rebounds that they have been very good for the entire defense as a whole tonight. Again, aggressive defense right there from Chris Williams, trying to get it there, get the ball, steal the ball, and just put this game away. The aggressiveness of the defense the whole night has been fantastic.
And that's really what has been the difference here tonight. And Again, Christian Brothers just continues to struggle after starting off with 11 wins. Gilbert comes up with the rebound.
Hey! 32, 32, hard!
Jamar Gilbert knocks that one down, giving Montevallo the lead 70-52.
You know, we talk about the aggressiveness of the defense then, getting the ball there again right there. This Christian Brothers team is averaging 76.4 points per game, and so far it does not look like they're going to reach that here tonight at all.
Mays, for three. Knocks it down, and a timeout by Coach Nyanbar. 2:38 to go in the game. We'll take a short break here as Montevallo leads by 15, 70-55. And Brad Miller fouls Chris Williams there, so we'll send him to the line. Chris Williams shooting 85% from the free throw line on the season. Montevallo has only missed one from the line today.
And if you're Christian Brothers, you have to be aggressive on D to try to get yourself back here in this game, but Chris Williams is not really the guy that you want to foul here late in the game, though, either.
And he makes that one, so we'll have another shot at it. (71-55) the score. 72-55 now. And talk about Montevallo shooting today. That's really been the difference, because the rebounding battle is not that different. 29-26, Montevallo in favor, winning that. And then the turnover battle isn't different as well. Christian Brothers has turned the ball over 13 times, while Montevallo's turned it over 11, but it's really the shooting that has been the difference.
The shooting has been fantastic. You know, we've seen them put the ball up a lot. You know, we've seen Tyler Bruff be good from three. Jamar Gilbert's played well. You know, for the game, 85%. You know, the whole team has just played well as a whole.
Yeah, Montevallo shooting 85% from the free throw line and then 57% from beyond the arc and from the floor, compared to just Christian Brothers 33% and 26%.
The offense now with four guys in double digits. So that just good ball movement and smart shots the whole game has created very well offense for the Falcons.
Curtis the rebound.
Get out! Get out, Jeremiah! Keep the ball. Cross. Hey, 4 out. Move it. Cut through all the way.
And a foul on number 44, Jacob Lyons. That's the 10th team foul. And that free throw is good from Curtis, or Jones.
These free throws late in the game are what's going to help Montevallo put the game away. Christian Brothers has been a lot more aggressive on defense, been on fire from the three-point range lately, but making these free throws late in the game is what's going to help put it away.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, it's put away, 74-58 with 1:44 to go. You thought the about 4 minutes left, the way the Christian Brothers was playing, that they had a chance, but as we get to a minute and a half, it's not a good chance at all. As Williams comes in for his 8th rebound, he leads all Falcons in rebounds. That's tremendous from a guard.
It's very tremendous. It's good to see, especially when we've had a very quiet night from Julio Guidi. He's been in foul trouble all night. To see a guard step up there and play like that has been a big help to this team. And
that's something that Williams has done all season long. He had 11 rebounds in the game against Valdosta State. He's a very good rebounder for a guard.
Let's go Falcons!
74-60, 40 seconds. And with 37.5 to go, Coach Young takes a timeout. And it's to substitute, so he'll bring in Jamar Taylor and Tyler Updike. So on the floor for Montevallo for the final 37.5 is Bruff, Curtis, Updike, Jones, and Taylor. And Taylor misses that one. Goes out of bounds off of Brad Miller, so it'll remain Montevallo basketball.
That's really probably all you'll see. The shot clock's gone off. They'll probably just hold the ball the rest of the game and just close it out with the ball in their own hands.
Yeah, Coach Young, a conservative coach. And he'll just tell Tyler Bruff to hold the ball.
Christian Brothers laying back on defense.
And Montevallo gets their 7th victory in the series of all time against Christian Brothers. And this is the second win in a row for Montevallo as they're trying to get back on track. And they have improved to one game above 500, 10-9 now on the season. And they'll have Union on January 20th before they go on the road to Auburn Montgomery. Montevallo gets the victory 74-60.
This is a big victory for the Falcons. You know, you have a team come in here like Christian Brothers, 13-4 on the season, 8-1 on the road. So to beat a team that plays very well on the road at home, very convincingly with aggressive defense, is a very good night for the Falcons.
All right, so Montevallo gets the victory, and we'll get to talk to a player and possibly assistant coach Duncan Hudson here after the victory. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Was fantastic from beyond the arc, 4 of 6. Tyler, in a span of 2 minutes, you scored 12 points from beyond the arc. What happened?
I don't know. My teammates found me, and thankfully I hit the shots. Started a little rough early, but thankfully they went in late.
And this is a very good Christian Brothers team, and at one point y'all were leading by 25 points, and it was just dominating the entire game.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh, we came out focused. We played together. We played together. That's the biggest thing. We played together, played good defense, and finally we were rolling a little bit.
And the biggest thing that I noticed when I look at the stat sheet is 4 players in double figures, a very balanced offensive attack. Was that something y'all talked about coming into this game?
Yeah, I think just playing together, making the next pass, and then take a look at a good shot for a great shot. That's big for us, and it helped us a lot tonight.
All right, well, Tyler, thank you for joining us again. A
huge
day,
man.
14 points.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to Coach Duncan Hudson. And Coach Hudson, thank you for joining us here. Montevallo gets the victory 74-60, and one of the biggest things on the stat sheet here is the shooting. 57% both from the floor and from three.
Yeah, we shot it well tonight. We knew coming in we were going to have to make some shots, spread out their zone, and then we could go get some easy layups, and came out and got a bunch of layups early, and then there early in the game we brought in both Tylers and Updike hit 2 big threes, and I think it just kept it spread more, and then Jamar and Chris and a couple of guys were easy to go get layups, and then obviously Tyler Bruff there in the second half got a couple of big threes to get the lead going.
Yeah, Bruff had 12 points in about 2.5 minutes. Provided a huge spark there in the second half. Defensively really was the difference, especially early on. Toward the end of the second half, they started getting things going a little bit, but was defense a big emphasis coming into this game?
Yeah, just they run their stuff really well. They're really efficient. Coming into tonight, they were only averaging 8 turnovers a game, and we forced them into 13. Made them take some tough contested shots. They're averaging 29 threes a game. They shoot 34 tonight. We just came in, pressure the ball, jump to the ball. Just do your job. Don't try to do anybody else's job. Just do your job. If all 5 guys on the court do their job, then we're going to be good team defense.
Yeah, coming into this, Christian Brothers averaged also 19 assists per game, and they only had 12 here tonight. The defense seemed to disrupt like the passing of Christian Brothers.
Yeah, we were trying to get ball pressure. We had them sped up. We had some guys trying to make plays off the bounce for them that aren't used to doing that and not their strength. We took some charges early, and then it got them hesitant to even get that deep in the penetration. So just came out and played hard tonight. We competed finally. I feel like out of the 40 minutes, we probably played hard and competed for probably 34, 35 instead of like we have been in the last few games where we're only playing 20 to 25 hard. Tonight we came out and played 30-plus minutes hard, and Saturday we got to come back and do it again against a really, really good Union team. I know they're down in the standings, but they're good. Their bigs are really good, and they're going to play hard.
All right, well, Coach Hudson, thank you for joining us. Montevallo again gets a victory 74-60, and we'll be back here in Trustmark Arena on Saturday, January 20th, as Montevallo will host Union, and that will be at 4 p.m., and we want you to watch that one with us here on Montevallo for You. Thank you to all our viewers for watching here tonight. For Brett Batchelor, I'm Wyatt Hall. Have a good night, and see you next time.